And now we have the Jollies, Dee and Willie. Dee, everybody's talking about their marriages are struggling. They're getting to know each other. Divorce rate is at 38%. But good marriages always know how to sustain themselves, whether it's COVID, no vet, or whatever it is. Why is that so true for the Jollies' marriage?
Because we like each other. We are best friends. Or we were best friends before we were lovers.
And that seems to be one of the things we're learning. Research is showing that many people who have been stuck together, have been concentrated in their homes, have not taken the time to befriend each other and to develop their friendship. They're still thinking like it was before. When they get up, they kiss in the morning, and then they go to work. They come home for a few hours in the evening. They have dinner, and then they go about their business, go to sleep. Well, when you're concentrated like this, one of the things we talk about in the book, and many people know we have a book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, that we talk about in the book. Step number one, or point number one, is friends first. And many people are in relationships or in marriages. They're not best friends. And then they wonder, what do they do now?
But they discovered they weren't best friends once they're stuck in the house together as a result of the pandemic.
So what we talk about is some techniques and some strategies to befriend your spouse. Finding something that y'all can do together. Maybe finding some new hobby.
How about cooking? You learned how to cook.
I learned how to cook during the pandemic. And one of the things I do now is I cook her gourmet meals. I mean, that's something.
Or we cook together.
Or we cook together.
Each other's favorite, because I'm a vegan.
Yes, so we find things that we can do together. Yes. Then the next thing, that's chapter number one. Chapter number two is make God an equal part of your marriage.
So pray together.
Take time to pray together. And
or
really
study together.
Or study word together. We do that together, because that is one of the powerful tools that God has established for marriages to continue making him, what we say in the book, by the way, the book Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, is that marriage is a triangle. And there are three corners to the triangle. This is me, this is Dee, and this is God. And that's 33, 33, and 34.
Yes.
So he gets the majority of our marriage. And we run everything through the prism of, what would God say? What does God think? What does God say about this? And so the third one is decide to make it last. Now, many people are divorcing during the challenging times. We're seeing what we call the COVID divorce, that people are saying, I didn't like you in the first place.
I'm stuck with you.
Now I'm stuck and I'm getting divorced. Well, what we say is this. There's a little piece in the book. Armstrong, you'll appreciate this. This was from Zig Ziglar, and he was my mentor, and when he died, I replaced him on the Get Motivated tour. He said, I have no way of knowing whether you married the right person or the wrong person, but a lot of people have wrong ideas about marriage and what it takes for that marriage to be successful. He said, I'd be the first to admit that it's possible you did marry the wrong person. However, if you treat the wrong person like the right person, you could well have ended up marrying the right person after all. How, on the other hand, if you marry the right person and you treat the right person wrong, you certainly will have ended up marrying the wrong person. I also know that it's far more important to be the right kind of person than it is to marry the right person. In short, whether you marry the right person or the wrong person, it's primarily up to you. And so what we're encouraging people is to work on yourself, work on
you have to decide that it's important.
It's decide that this is a commitment. When I married her, I said, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness or in health. And
I can only get out if I die.
And I said, you want to get out, you can die. you got out. You can die. So and then the fourth one is about communication. As you know,
common thread.
Yeah, the common thread. You're a communicator, and communication is critically important for success in marriage. So in these pandemic times, you got to talk to each other, and we take time to talk. We giggle, we laugh, we have humor. In fact, we give that chapter away, the communication, because that's probably the biggest chapter in the whole book. How to not have these little, what we call the silent treatment and stonewalling. But
the communication is important, because it deals with money and sex.
Yeah, the three big boulders.
Which are the main reasons why people break up to begin with.
Sex, money, and communication. So if they go to jollymarriage.com, we'll give them that chapter free. Absolutely. Because we want to save 1 million marriages, enhance 1 million marriages. And we've had so many people around the country who've been calling, reaching out, saying, we were on our way to divorce court. We were done. And we decided that we were going to try it one more time. Got the book. They got 2 copies, one for each of them. They read it together.
And the exercises.
And they went through the exercises at the end of each chapter. And as a result of that, they're now having a healed and healthy and whole marriage. And that's what we want. It's a constant growth. You know,
it's better together.
It is. Success is better together.
Especially when you like the person that you are with.
Yeah, you know, we've been married going on 36 years, Armstrong. 36 years. Haven't had an argument in over 33 years. Now, someone on one of the interviews we did said, "You never had an argument?" I said, "I didn't say that. I said we haven't had an argument in 33 years. Those first few years were like World War III. But we learned some wise principles from some wise marriage mentors who got us from arguing to loving. We
not only learned them, we actually put them into practice. That's the key, that you are willing to work at it, to practice the information that you're given.
If you do that, it can start to change your life, change your marriage. We have a fun time. This pandemic been
so we've been in our home.
Yep. Almost a year.
A year. Just the 2 of us.
Just the 2 of us.
No one else has crossed the door.
Nobody else. Our son, he don't even come in. Okay?
He comes to the porch.
He comes to the porch and we talk and we wave and that's it. Nobody else comes up in here. And we have had a ball because we used the principles. We just did what we learned from these marriage mentors, the things we put in the book.
We respect and we appreciate each other.
Yeah, it's been
not just love.
So I think we're better now than when we were.
Yes.
I got the hots for it now. You know, I got the hots for it right this moment.
Well, let me give you all a chance to go and work on that feeling that you're feeling right now. You know what I loved about this segment? I did not have to say one word. It's as if they're a musical team. They complete each other. They know when they come in, they need to go soprano, need to go bass, need to go monotone, need to go soft. I mean, you guys are terrific together. Thank you so much for joining us and reminding us that love, yet you can meet that perfect person for you. You can make it work. And no matter what the seasons are, the marriage gets better. It just gets you stronger. Dee and Willie Jolley, thank you so much for joining us. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Nana and Kobe May. This is the Armstrong Williams Show. Don't go away.